pythonasyncio.create_task, really need to keep a reference? The documentation of asyncio.create_task states the following warning. Important, save a reference to the result of this function, to avoid a task disappearing mid-execution. Source. My question is this really true? I have several IO-bound fire and forget tasks which I want to run concurrently using asyncio by submitting them to the event loop using asyncio.create_task. However, I do not really care for the return value of the coroutine or even if they run successfully, only that they do run eventually. One use case is writing data from an expensive calculation back to a Redis database. If Redis is available, great. If not, oh well, no harm. This is why I do not want/need to await those tasks. Here a generic example. Output. When commenting out the await asyncio.sleep line, we never see fire underscore and underscore forget underscore coro finish. This is to be expected. When the event loop started with asyncio.run closes, tasks will not be executed anymore. But it appears that as long as the event loop is still running, all tasks will be taken care of, even when I never explicitly created references to them. This seemed logical to me, as the event loop itself must have a reference to all scheduled tasks in order to run them. And we can even get them all using asyncio.all_tasks. So, I think I can trust Python to have at least one strong reference to every scheduled tasks as long as the event loop it was submitted to is still running, and thus I do not have to manage references myself. But I would like a second opinion here. Am I right, or are there pitfalls I have not yet recognized? If I am right, why the explicit warning in the documentation? It is a usual Python thing that stuff is garbage collected if you do not keep a reference to it. Are there situations where one does not have a running event loop but still some task objects to reference? Maybe when creating an event loop manually, never did this?
There is an open issue at the Python bug tracker at GitHub about this topic. I just found this URL. Quote, asyncio will only keep weak references to alive tasks, in _all_ tasks. If a user does not keep a reference to a task and the task is not currently executing or sleeping, the user may get task was destroyed but it is pending. So the answer to my question is, unfortunately, yes. One has to keep around a reference to the scheduled task. However, the GitHub issue also describes a relatively simple workaround: keep all running tasks in a set and add a callback to the task which removes itself from the set again.
In Python 3.11, there is a new API asyncio.taskgroup.create_task. It do the things that the other answer have mentioned, so you don't need to do it yourself.
If you want to share, please consider subscribing.